Just what are character action games? Depends on who you ask, but what's generally accepted is that they're action games featuring strong central characters who have access to flashy combo attacks and other outrageous abilities and maneuvers. With that in mind, you might be wondering about the best character action games on PS5 if you happen to own Sony's latest console. Below, we've assembled a list of what we believe are the best character action games on PS5. They're all native titles too, meaning they make the most of the PS5 hardware to provide spectacular visuals, lightning fast loading times, and more. We've tried to put together quite a varied list as well, so that there's something of interest to players of all skill levels, and whether they love sci-fi, history, or fantasy. So if you're wanting a new character action game to play, hopefully you'll find something new to entertain yourself with. Kratos' latest outing is possibly his best. So if you're keen on picking up the best character action games on PS5, you really need to check out God of War Ragnarok. Jump into God of War Ragnarok and you'll once again find yourself facing off against the Norse gods who are preparing for the prophesized battle that will end the world. And so, taking control of Kratos, you'll find yourself in one conflict after another as you accompany Atreus, who wishes to learn his role but with a number of weapons at your disposal and a wide variety of attacks to unlock and make use of. The combat here never gets old, and once you're done with the story, you can even jump into a new roguelike epilogue added to the game post-launch for free. One of the best games available on PS5, the fantastic Stellar Blade, is very much worth picking up if you love character action games. While the combat on offer here is obviously influenced by the popularity of Souls-likes, it ultimately feels more akin to that of a character action game in general, with protagonist, Eve, being fast-moving and having a wide variety of attacks available. There are difficulty settings too, so you can turn things up or down a notch according to your preferences. Add in a fantastic soundtrack, numerous open-world areas, and an entertaining story, and you have a game that's somewhat reminiscent of Nioh Automata, and that can only be a good thing. If you crave a character action game that demands mastery and rewards dedication, Nioh 2 on PS5 is your answer. It's not just a hack and slash, it's a deep strategic combat system. The stance system is crucial, allowing you to adapt to different enemy types and situations. You'll need to master timing, spacing, and key management to survive. Yokai abilities add a layer of supernatural power, allowing you to unleash devastating attacks and manipulate the battlefield. The character customization is incredibly deep, allowing you to fine-tune your build and playstyle. Boss fights are legendary, each a grueling test of your skills and knowledge. The loot system is addictive, offering a constant stream of rewards and upgrades. Nioh 2 is a masterclass in challenging, rewarding character action, offering a truly unforgettable experience for hardcore gamers. For a cinematic and action-packed experience, Final Fantasy XVI on PS5 delivers a thrilling ride. It's a departure from traditional Final Fantasy gameplay, embracing a fast-paced, action-oriented combat system. Clive's combat is fluid and dynamic with flashy combos and powerful Eikon abilities. Eikon clashes are breathtaking, showcasing epic battles on a grand scale. The story is gripping with compelling characters and dramatic twists. Character progression is satisfying, allowing you to unlock new abilities and customize Clive's combat style. The visual spectacle is stunning, with breathtaking environments and detailed character models. The game's pacing is excellent, with moments of intense action interspersed with compelling story sequences. Final Fantasy XVI reinvents the series with its action-featured gameplay, offering a cinematic and engaging experience for fans of both character action and Final Fantasy. Here's one for Star Wars fans. While Star Wars Jedi Survivor follows on from Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, you can jump straight into it if you wish, thanks to a handy story recap, and character action game fans are likely to lap it up. Star Wars Jedi Survivor once again puts players in control of Cal Kestis, one of the last remaining Jedi who's trying to restore the Order while striking back at the Empire whenever he can. It has a story that finds him visiting numerous planets, some which will be familiar to Star Wars fans, acquiring new force powers and weapons as he goes. Ultimately, he has quite the arsenal at his disposal, making the combat very enjoyable indeed. Still, it has to be noted that the combat just isn't as fast-paced or exciting as that found in games higher up this list. Like Stellar Blade, higher up this list. Black Myth Wukong is a character action game that takes some inspiration from the Souls-like genre, and so some character action game fans might not get on with it as well as others. It's challenging, that's for sure. While your character might be known as the Destined One, you might not feel like it at times when a boss is repeatedly beating you down. Once you've mastered the combat system, however, and developed your skills, chances are you'll find things getting much easier. Key to success here is using the various stances available to your advantage, as well as making use of valuable skills such as the one that allows you to turn your enemies into stone for a short while. Get into the swing of things, and Black Myth Wukong may just become one of your favorite character action games on. Soulstice is a game very much inspired by the likes of Devil May Cry, but worry not, it's unique enough to stand on its own 2 feet, making it a worthwhile entry in the character action genre. Pick up Soulstice and you'll find that it puts you in control of a pair of sisters called Briar and Lute. Having been reborn as a chimera, Briar benefits from having superhuman strength and resilience, while Lute no longer has a physical body but can make use of mystical power. Sent to reclaim a city in ruins from a ferocious enemy, you'll have to make use of their combined skills if you want to succeed, and while the experience isn't quite as good as the likes of Devil May Cry 5, it's not to be overlooked if you're a character action game fan. When you think of action horror, Resident Evil 4 on PS5 raises the bar. It's not just a remake, it's a reimagined action experience. The combat is incredibly refined, blending survival horror with intense action. Leon's arsenal is diverse, and you'll need to use every tool at your disposal to survive. The combat is visceral, with satisfying gunplay and impactful melee attacks. Boss fights are thrilling, demanding quick reflexes and strategic thinking. Weapon customization adds depth, allowing you to tailor your loadout to your playstyle. While it maintains the survival horror tension, Resident Evil 4 elevates the action to new heights. It's a must-play for fans of intense, action-packed experiences. For a truly challenging and rewarding character action experience on PS5, look no further than Demon's Souls. This isn't just a remake, it's a masterclass in tight, deliberate combat. Every swing, every dodge matters. The combat is precise and punishing, demanding patience and skill. You'll need to master timing and positioning to survive the brutal encounters. Boss fights are legendary, each a unique test of your abilities. The atmospheric world is oppressive and immersive, adding to the tension of every encounter. And the character customization allows you to tailor your build, experimenting with different weapons and magic. Demon's Souls is a must-play for those seeking a challenging, impactful action experience. When you're looking for a deep, engaging character action experience on PS5, Rise of the Ronin absolutely delivers. It's not just another samurai game, it's a dynamic, evolving combat system set in a fascinating historical world. The core of the experience is the combat, and it's incredibly refined. You've got a variety of weapon styles, each with distinct movesets and stances, forcing you to adapt and master different techniques. The parrying and counter systems are precise, demanding skill and timing, making every fight feel intense and rewarding, but it's not just about close quarters combat. Rise of the Ronin seamlessly integrates horseback combat, allowing for fast-paced dynamic battles across the open world. You can transition from horseback to on-foot combat, maintaining a constant flow of action. The open world itself is a key part of the experience, offering exploration, side quests, and opportunities to test your skills against various enemies. And then there's the character customization. You can tailor your Ronin's appearance, skills, and combat style to your liking, creating a truly unique experience. This level of customization adds depth and replayability, allowing you to experiment with different builds and approaches. Rise of the Ronin is a must-play for fans of challenging, engaging character action games. You know, when I think character action on PS5, Spider-Man 2 instantly comes to mind. It's not just the iconic web slinging, it's the sheer feel of the combat. You've got Peter with his raw, powerful symbiote abilities, and Miles with his electrifying, versatile style. Each feels completely different, keeping gameplay fresh, and that's crucial. The combat itself, insanely fluid. Every punch, every dodge feels responsive and impactful. The animations are top tier, making you truly feel like Spider-Man. Plus, the enemy variety is fantastic. You're constantly adapting to different threats, from street thugs to colossal bosses, each demanding unique tactics. But it's not just about ground combat. The web wings have transformed traversal into an action in itself, seamlessly flowing from a high-speed glide into a brutal takedown. That's pure adrenaline. Ultimately, Spider-Man 2 delivers a masterclass in character action. It blends diverse playstyles, fluid combat, and thrilling traversal into an experience that's just undeniably fun. Originally made for PS4, the phenomenal Ghost of Tsushima has since been enhanced and expanded upon for PS5. If you've not yet played it, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is essential. An open-world game like no other, Ghost of Tsushima puts you in control of Jin Sakai, a samurai who comes to the realization that he'll have to adapt if he wishes to reclaim his homeland. And so, while he's more than capable of facing off against enemies in fierce sword fights, he also becomes skilled at sniping them from afar with a bow and arrow and stealthily assassinating them in close quarters. Like above, then, this isn't the best game for those that want fast-paced action, but those who want enjoyable and somewhat tense encounters will find themselves well catered for, and there's a healthy dose of rewarding exploration to be done too. When it comes to character action games, you can't really go wrong with any entry in the Devil May Cry series except the second one, which is simply bad. Devil May Cry 5 is a highlight, however, and it's available on PS5 in the form of a special edition. Not only does Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition feature enhanced visuals, but also additional content, including the option to play as Dante's brother, Virgil, which add to that the existing 3 playable characters, and you have a game that packs in a load of content and variety, as well as having one of the most thrilling combo-enabling combat systems out there. Needless to say, if you're after the best character action games on PS5, this is a must-have. A new Ninja Gaiden game is on the way, but before then, Koei Tecmo has decided to treat us a remaster of the brilliant Ninja Gaiden 2. It's based on Ninja Gaiden 2 Sigma rather than the original, however. To some players, that will be a bit of a disappointment, but to most, it won't matter all that much. Plus, in addition to the dramatic visual makeover, which makes this one of the most attractive games we've laid eyes on, there are some tweaks to the gameplay to make that more enjoyable as well. Ultimately, what you have here is one of the fastest-paced character action games available, with a combat system that feels utterly unique. And so, if you've got the chops for it, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is a challenging game. Be sure to give it a go. For a visually stunning and exhilarating action RPG experience, Granblue Fantasy Relink on PS5 delivers. The combat is fast-paced and fluid with a diverse cast of characters, each with unique abilities. The action is dynamic with flashy combos and spectacular special moves. Boss fights are epic, demanding teamwork and strategic coordination. Co-op gameplay allows you to team up with friends, adding a layer of social excitement to the action. The visual spectacle is breathtaking with vibrant environments and stunning character designs. Granblue Fantasy Relink combines thrilling action with a captivating story and a beautiful world. It's a must-play for fans of action RPGs and anyone seeking a visually impressive and engaging experience.